Hey, it's Dustin from Parts Doctor. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to replace the rear felt drum seal on this dryer. These instructions apply to Whirlpool manufactured brands such as Maytag, Amana, and more. It's super simple. I'll show you step by step, so let's jump right in. The rear felt drum seal creates a seal between the rear of the drum and the dryer bulkhead. It helps maintain proper airflow through the drum while preventing heat and lint from escaping into the cabinet. Over time, the felt seal can wear down, tear, or become compressed from friction and heat. When this happens, you may notice scraping noises, lint buildup inside the cabinet, longer dry times, or clothing getting caught between the drum and the bulkhead. Replacing a worn drum seal restores proper airflow, reduces noise, and helps protect the internal components from excess heat and lint. This video features replacing the rear drum seal on the dryer. Although the process is nearly the same, replacing the front seal requires a different size felt seal and is a different part number. This rear seal from Parts Doctor includes the needed high-temperature adhesive. If you need to purchase a rear felt drum seal with adhesive for your dryer, you can check out our website, partsdoctor.com. We offer fast shipping and only sell manufacturer-approved genuine replacement parts for all major appliance brands. Tools needed for this repair: a 1/4 inch and 5/16 nut driver or socket, needle nose pliers, Phillips head screwdriver, a putty knife, and at least 4 clamps to hold the seal in place. Before working on any appliance, please remember to disconnect it from the power. Do not forget to disconnect the exhaust vent hose on the rear of the machine before moving the dryer. Some edges or components may be sharp, so the use of protective gloves is recommended. This repair involves removing several different screw types, which can vary depending on your model and its manufactured date. Your appliance may differ from the one shown in this video, so it may help to have a simple system to keep each fastener organized to ensure they go back in the correct location. On the back of the dryer, use a 5/16 driver or socket to remove the 2 screws holding the top panel in place. Slide the top panel back about 1/4 inch and then lift it off of the dryer. Set it aside to be reinstalled later. Inside the appliance, locate and trace the wires coming from the control panel to the control board. Disconnect the connector from the control board. Be careful as to not damage the wires or the control board itself. Using a pair of needle nose pliers, gently squeeze the push mount wire retainer and push down to remove it from the dryer's frame. Using a 1/4 inch driver or socket, remove the 2 screws towards the front of the dryer that hold the touchpad in place. Gently lift the touchpad and control panel as you rotate the top away from the dryer. Make sure to guide the wires through the front of the machine. Locate the mid-junction connector for the door switch inside the dryer and disconnect it by lifting up on the small tab. You may need to use a small flathead screwdriver to release the tab properly. Tilt the dryer back and place a support underneath to be able to access the bottom edge of the machine. In our case, we're using a 4x4 wood block. Remove the 4 screws on the bottom edge using a 1/4 inch driver or socket. Once the screws are removed, remove the support from underneath the dryer and carefully set the appliance back on the ground. Open the dryer's door and remove the 2 screws below the opening using a Phillips head screwdriver. Close the dryer's door. At the top of the front panel, remove the 3 screws holding the panel in place. Lift the front of the panel up and away from the dryer. Gently work the electrical connectors through the front of the machine as you remove the front panel. Carefully set the front panel aside for reinstallation later. Back at the control board inside of the dryer, disconnect the drum light from the ACU by depressing the retainer on the connector and pulling it to remove. You may find it's easier to use a needle nose pliers. At the front of the dryer, remove the 2 screws on the top of the control panel bracket and the 2 screws on the front of the control panel bracket. Lift the bracket from the appliance. Disconnect the wires to the moisture sensor by pressing the 2 retainers and pulling the wires apart. Using a 1/4 inch driver or socket, remove the screw towards the bottom of the dryer holding the air duct retainer clip in place. Rotate the clip towards the front of the dryer to remove it. Remove the 4 screws holding the front bulkhead in place. Lift the bulkhead up slightly until it becomes free from the retainers on the side panels of the dryer. Lift the bulkhead out from the machine and carefully set it aside. To access the dryer's drive belt, reach into the gap between the dryer's drum and the blower fan. Remove the belt from the idler pulley by moving the pulley to the side to release the tension on the belt. Be sure the belt is free and can be lifted out with the drum. Remove the dryer's drum by lifting it with the drive belt and carefully pulling it from the front of the machine. After removing the drum, place it down with the rear felt seal facing up. The rear opening is slightly smaller than the opening on the front of the drum. If the seal has already started to come off the drum, start by peeling it from that spot. Pull up on the felt seal until you work your way around the entire drum. If you need assistance, you can use a putty knife to help release the old adhesive, but be careful not to scratch the roller channel on the drum. Once the felt seal is completely removed, discard the old seal and use the putty knife to clean off any remaining adhesive. You can clean the rim of the drum if you need to, but be sure that the surface is not oily or greasy after cleaning. For best adhesive results, the edge of the tub should be clear of any remaining residue. If you need to purchase a new rear felt drum seal with adhesive, make sure you get a manufacturer certified replacement part, like the ones that we sell on our website, partsdoctor.com. We'll leave a link in the description below. Search with the model number from the tag on your dryer to be sure you get the correct part. To install, slide the felt seal over the lip of the drum with the black band to the outside of the drum. The other side of the seal will fit over the lip of the dryer drum. Hold the felt seal in place with a clamp. Moving around the drum like a clock, place another clamp at the 3 o'clock position. Continue sliding the seal onto the drum and place clamps on at least the 6 and 9 o'clock positions. If you need to use additional clamps to initially hold the seal around the drum, do whatever makes it easier to fully attach the seal all the way around the drum. To make applying the adhesive easier, we're going to carefully place the dryer drum on its side. Be careful to not let the clamps hit the ground and pop off the drum. You can place a couple of blocks on the ground to keep the drum from rolling. Some might find it useful to use painter-style tape around the edge of the drum to catch any excessive adhesive. If adhesive runs and dries in the drum roller channel, it can cause a thumping sound or cause the drum rollers to wear prematurely. Working in sections between the clamps, carefully pull back the bottom section of the seal and apply a bead of adhesive. Let the adhesive sit on the surface for 60 seconds before firmly pushing the felt seal onto the adhesive. If you have any excessive adhesive, be sure to clean it promptly with a rag or paper towel. When you complete a section between clamps, carefully move the clamp to the spot that you just glued. Continue to work around the drum like a clock, applying adhesive to the next section until you are fully finished. Once completed applying the adhesive, without touching the seal, flip the drum so the rear is facing up. We recommend keeping the clamps on the dryer drum for 24 hours to allow the adhesive to fully cure. Once the adhesive fully cures, remove the clamps. Carefully check the entire seal to be sure that it is firmly in place. With the appliance taken apart, now is a good time to inspect other important parts. Make sure the idler pulley is free of hair, lint, or other debris and spins freely. Also check the drum rollers to be sure that they're free of any damage or debris and also spin freely. And last, check the belt to be sure that it's in good condition and not cracked or frayed. If any of these parts are damaged or need to be replaced, you can check out our dryer maintenance kit video that shows you how to replace each of these components. Now is also a good time to clean the dryer of any lint or debris. It is important to keep the dryer free from lint buildup as lint is highly flammable and could potentially cause a fire. To reinstall the dryer's drum, position it so the side with the larger lip is closer to the back of the machine. Lift up on the drum using the drive belt while keeping a hand on the front of the drum in order to keep it stable. Carefully position the drum into the dryer by setting it on the back rollers. Align the drive belt in the center of the drum groove closest to the rear of the appliance. Carefully spin the drum one full rotation to be sure that the felt seal has not folded in on itself. At the front of the machine, reach through the gap between the dryer drum and the blower housing to access the drive belt and idler pulley. Grab the belt and make sure that it's positioned between the idler pulley and the back panel of the dryer. Route the belt around the motor pulley, then reach through with your other hand to lift the idler pulley towards the motor. Slide the belt over the roller onto the groove of the idler pulley. Confirm that the belt is seated correctly on the pulley system and that it is not twisted. Slowly rotate the drum one full rotation to verify that the belt is properly installed. Please only rotate the drum clockwise. Turning it counterclockwise can cause the belt to slip off the idler or motor pulleys. Align the bulkhead to the front of the dryer and insert the heat shield between the drum and the dryer lint duct. Make sure that the drum is sitting on the two rollers on the inside of the bulkhead. Set the bulkhead onto the tabs of the side panels to hold it in place. Make sure the sides of the bulkhead rest inside the dryer's frame. Make sure the wires connected to the bulkhead lay over the top so they can be properly reinstalled to the control board. Reinstall the 4 screws that lock the bulkhead into place. Spin the drum clockwise once more to ensure that the drum is sitting properly on the front rollers and that the front felt seal is not folded over. Reconnect the moisture sensor and make sure that the tabs on either side of the connector are locked into place. Towards the bottom of the dryer, hook the air duct clip through the housing and rotate down so that the bottom of the clip rests on the dryer's frame. Reinstall the screw to hold the air duct clip into place. To reinstall the control panel bracket, align the retainers on the bracket with the slots on the side panels of the dryer. Insert the retainers into these slots and push down slightly. Reinstall the 2 screws in the front and the 2 screws on the top so that the bracket is locked into place. Align the front panel with the bulkhead and feed the door switch connector through the front of the machine. Lift the front panel up and set it on the retaining tabs. The screw holes on the front panel should be aligned with the holes in the control panel bracket. Reinstall the 3/4 inch screws that hold the front panel into place. Open the dryer's door and reinstall the 2 Phillips head screws directly below the dryer's opening and close the door. Once again, tilt the machine back and prop it up on a support. Reinstall the 4 screws at the bottom of the front panel. You may need to push up slightly on the front panel to get it to align properly. Remove the support and carefully set the dryer back down on the floor. To reinstall the control panel, guide the electrical connector through the hole in the front of the control panel bracket. Align the tab at the bottom of the control panel with the slot on the front of the dryer. Gently slide the panel into place. This may take some time and some finagling to get the panel fully into place. Reinstall the 2/4 inch screws. At the top of the machine, reinsert the push mount cable tie on the control panel's wired into its designated spot on the dryer's frame. Then, reconnect the electrical connector to the ACU. Be sure the connector is securely in place and will not come loose from the control board. Locate and reconnect the mid-junction connector for the door switch. Find the wire to the drum light and reconnect it to the ACU, making sure that it is securely locked into place. To reinstall the top panel, align it with the top of the dryer about 1/4 inch offset from the control panel and slide it forward. Reinstall the 2 screws at the back of the dryer to secure the top panel into place. Reconnect the dryer's exhaust and power and run the dryer to make sure everything is working properly. Your dryer is now ready to use. Alright, that'll do it for this repair. As always, I'm Dustin with Parts Doctor. Until next time, thanks for watching, and we'll see you later.